because I'm hoping for some guidance or some help. As you can see, I've recently inherited this rather beautiful cut glass decanter.
I'll show you in a minute. Okay, yeah, I will try and help. I hate decanters, but yes. It might actually be lead crystal. The way you're handling it makes me think it's very heavy, and that means it's probably lead crystal. You've got a stain on it. Let's have a look at the stain.
On this side, it's actually on the inside of the decanter. I don't know if you can just make out the sort of like a hay. I don't know.
I can see it, obviously, with the limitations of not being able to really peer at it. Now, decanters obviously are difficult to clean because they have a narrow neck and you can't get in to give them a good scrub. They also can be, like I said first, I think that might well be lead crystal. It handles like it weighs a ton. Now, the first thing to remember is that with age and use, glass can kind of deteriorate. It can go a bit weird. Sometimes antique decanters have a funny cast to them and they can go a bit weird inside, and that's not necessarily a cleaning issue. I don't think that's what's happened there. You can buy little lead shot that you're supposed to put in and swill around, and it kind of helps a bit. Some people say use rice. I've never found rice very effective, and the reason is that to get them to swirl around and remove stains, you need to put water in them, and rice is too light to really abrade. And the lead shot has got the weight to kind of do that on the surface, but because it's circular, it doesn't abrade as much. I am a great believer in the old-fashioned bottle brush. This is quite a soft bristle one. It was really expensive. I mean, this one was really expensive. I had to pay the money though, because can you see it's quite narrow, so it will go into quite a narrow bottle. And sometimes you have to really bend the handle so that when you get it in, you can get it over to the side. First thing to do is put into that some warm, not hot, because it's very thick. If you put really hot water in there, you could shatter it because the inside glass will expand really, really rapidly and it could shatter. And especially if it's lead crystal, that would be wicked sharp and a waste of a really nice decanter. Put some warm water in it, laundry detergent again. Leave it to soak overnight. Give it a swirl, and you might be able to see that if that's some kind of stain or whatever, the water kind of can rehydrate it, and you can see that it you know when you spill solvent on paint and it wrinkles, you can see that happening. And if you get your bottle brush and try and go down and give it as much of a scrub as you can with the bottle brush. Like I said, you've got to get one that's quite narrow. Don't worry if it's... I prefer softer ones. I think they do a better job of cleaning. I mean, you can also use these things, which, I mean, I treat as disposable, but you're not going to get... You might need to get a bit of welly on it. Now, the other thing that you can do, but you've got to be really careful about doing it, is, I have done it, is if you've got a pair of like forceps, especially if you're a fisherman, you know, you've got forceps that will go down into it to grab, because this is the issue. You've got to be able to get it out. I have, in the past, managed to shovel a small, you know, a cloth, like a J cloth or a dishcloth, and some sif into those, and then use something like a wooden spoon or something to really scrub at it on the inside with whatever it is I'm using, and then I can't find my forceps, and then grab it with a pair of forceps and pull it out. But be bloody careful, because the problem with doing that is if you chuck in a J-cloth and you don't have the means to get it back out again, you're going to be stuck with a decanter with J-cloth in. So check first that your forceps will reach down, and then to get the J-cloth out, it's got to fit in and up quite easily. You leave it half full of water and it floats to the top, and you use your forceps to pull it out. But hopefully you'll get it done with a bottle brush. All of the above require you to rinse it really, really well as you can, and then stand it upside down to dry so that you don't get watermarks, and hopefully that will work. The other one that you can use and it does depend on where you live, is try using a little bit of vinegar to see if that will lift whatever it is in there. But just play around. It's getting to it, that's the problem.